Well. Now you're stuck here with me. So I start my new job tomorrow, and I'm normally going to have time available in the mornings now. So I figured that I'd get back into this. I haven't uploaded videos in a while, and that's because I've essentially died and become a new person. But that's neither here nor there. Don't worry. I didn't fall into like a deep addiction or anything. I just realized who I truly was and have become more like my true self. I'm debating whether or not I want to use these googly eyes today. I think I'll skip the googly eyes for today. I wanted to come back here and I guess just kind of share about some of the like weird horrors of capitalism that I've been subject to at my special intersection of existence, and share my crafting things that I make, because I find that those bring me quite a bit of joy. I recently made quite a few things for friends and family. So I'm going to be posting a video soon of the things that I made this year, as well as some patterns. If you want to see those patterns, definitely let me know. I mean, I'm going to be posting them, so it's not like you won't have access to them. But I'm also working on another book. So recently I have been in the mood to write poetry, but also like actually share like tips and tricks of patterns and things that I've learned about crochet over the years. I don't know. I'm into this music in the background. Yeah. Huh. Yeah. Yeah. Get it, yeah. Okay, that's enough of that. Coming at you live from freshly needing to leave one job and moving into another one abruptly, as I always do. On the topic of jobs, I'm a person who's had to switch jobs a lot because I have never worked for a union, and thus in fighting for my workers' rights and having the choice between working a terrible job and quitting that job and working a different terrible job, I usually will go with learning something new, because at least I'm learning and not just wanting to die on the inside. And in my search for a job that doesn't make me wish that the world was ending, I found that it's very hard to find capitalists who don't only want to exploit you. And by that I mean, I think that a lot of bosses have this expectation that I have always felt is a little backwards, that you will show that you are ready for a promotion by doing the job that you're not getting paid for yet. Which to me is ridiculous. I would much rather do a 3 to 6 month trial period of you slowly taking on more responsibilities for the position. But then I can just try you out in that position and see if you would be a good fit or not. I can take the time to like train you and stuff, right? At a lot of places, what I realize is that they don't want to have to train you. They want you to walk in knowing how to do the job, which is totally understandable. I get that as somebody who's trying to meet a bottom line in business, especially, you want your workers to know what they're doing when they walk in. You don't want to have to spend days and days and days on training people. That makes total sense. My problem is that a lot of people don't want to put in the time to train their workers so that they don't have to be watching them 24/7. And that's a problem for me. And then they also don't want to pay for somebody who has the experience to not need to be trained when they walk in, because they want to have inflation but not have to pay into inflation. By the way, I'm using the Beauty Bakery setting powder to put some powder underneath my eyes because I'm going to go in with a nice dark green. So what you have is businesses not raising minimum wage for decades. And right now, if we raise the federal minimum wage according to inflation, people would be making $24 an hour minimum wage. People would be able to afford health insurance. They would be able to afford to go to the doctor even if they can't afford health insurance, like actually afford to be able to pay their rent. things like that, without having to have multiple jobs. Or at the very least, they could work less hours and get the same amount of money, right? Which improves literally anybody's margin of living. Rather than doing the thing that's going to be the most productive, lucrative, and do the best for them in the long run, they would instead be willing to let people die. That is quite literally the state of affairs right now. I have, for the past 2 years, I want to say, been trying to slowly shift my viewing content and the information that I take in most days to being more Black and queer, because I just realized that I am Black and am queer and didn't have any Black friends or very many queer friends. So when you realize that, it's time to make a change. And it was strange because I lacked that in a way that I didn't lack having friends of other cultures. So it was like specifically having Black friends has always been at a weird crossroads for me. I think because I'm light-skinned and coming from a place of quite a bit of privilege, I think that it's always been hard for me to be relatable to my Black peers, because I've always been encouraged by my family and my other friends to not engage in Blackness in the way that they do to some degree. Let me expand on this. Because I was encouraged to do extracurricular activities and not be involved in the things that the other Black kids in my area were doing, like going to parties and hanging out with my friends all afternoon instead of going to dance class and karate. I think that if I had experienced less privilege in that regard, I would probably be able to relate to my Black peers more, because I would have just been literally around them more often, and would have been able to form those deeper friendships with them in a way that I was able to do that with other peers who had more privilege. That's just limiting the number of friends that I could have that were Black. And then also a lot of my Blackness has been tied to my family. And in the past few years of not being around my family, so I don't feel complicit in Blackness, I don't feel like I am Black by association because my mom's Black, therefore I'm Black. It's more like I have to surround myself with Black culture to be educated about Black culture. I guess it just really opened my eyes to how little I was paying attention in the first place, and how much I was assuming as a light-skinned person, my association through my mother and having that first-hand association with darker-skinned people would make me exempt from experiencing the privileges that I did experience, and exempt from those being an experience of mine because I'm light-skinned. That's what I'm trying to say. And so because I just was well, I'm just light-skinned, it's the same as being Black. Which, not saying that if you're light-skinned, you're not Black. It's just a very different experience of Blackness than dark-skinned people have, right? So I think that in trying to really understand those gaps in my knowledge, I increased the number of Black people that I was watching on YouTube, which increased my awareness of, the Black people that are on YouTube and the kind of stuff that Black people are putting out into the world. And I think that kind of sparked me into feeling more motivated to share more things and to do more research. The transference is real. I think if I was a little more evolved and a little bit less racist in my everyday thinking, then I'd probably be more amicable for Black people to be friends with. I think also if I shut the fuck up more, then I'd probably have more Black friends, but that's neither here nor there. I think that it's very easy to feel despair. And that's the scary part of how capitalism works, right? Is it makes you feel like that you're hopeless and there's nothing you can do. it makes it feel like the only thing you can do is wait for the rapture to come. And for some man god to come and be the most masculine of men and take care of everything for you. And that just doesn't work for me. I need some more tangible results. I need to see something moving now, you know? Because I don't have eternity. You might, but I don't. And I'm not about to waste mine wishing that this one was better. I'm not going to waste my time wishing that the world was better when I can make it better. Why would I sit and be sad when I can go out there and do something? Now, mind you, this is coming from a person with aggressive agoraphobia, so like, take that with a grain of salt. But when I am healthy and I can do things I do, this is how they keep us down in the revolution. They give you mental illness, you need a crutch from the start. It takes me entirely too long to do my eyebrows, but I just love them, okay? I'm a millennial hoe. I love my eyebrows. Leave me alone. I used to love doing my eyebrows like this all the time before I used to go work at Sephora and Ulta. I think because this is how my eyebrows are most naturally shaped. But when I first worked at Sephora, my old boss used to rag on me all the time about my eyebrows and how she would never do her eyebrows like that. And she can't believe that I would do my eyebrows that thick and blah, 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 blah. And now who's sitting in their house making a YouTube video? Oh, God. Just don't listen to me. Don't listen to the words I say out loud. I was thinking about starting this book about the Black history of crochet because I look up everything on YouTube. And I wasn't seeing too many Black crocheters who were queer getting the views that white people get. I was like, and we know that Black people have not been getting the same views on YouTube that white people have been getting for years. So here I am at the intersection of it all. Here I sit. And what I found is that it's very hard to find things about Black people in crochet on YouTube. So now I'm trying to figure out if I need to start consulting dress historians, because I've literally been like searching, and I have been using YouTube since like 2010. Okay, I know how to look for something on YouTube. I used to find all the Bayesian YouTubers who looked like me, and that's how I learned how to do makeup. Okay, if I can find a lady in Barbados with 25 subscribers who looks like me, who looks exactly like me, to learn how to do my makeup, I can find things on there. All right, I can find it. I can't find it. I can't figure it out. So I now need to be the person who does the digging and makes the video, and to help itch my curious brain. Now I'm taking this green and putting it on my lid everywhere. Yeah, 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 yeah. So okay, so now I finished my eyes. And now we're going to go on to my blush. My highlight. Using the same blush and highlight I use most of the time when I wear makeup. I was going to say most days, but I don't wear makeup most days. At least not lately. I'm trying to get back into it because it does make me feel significantly more confident about myself. But, oh, my dryer's done. That means I can do more longy. Yeah, I'm excited to make more content. My TikTok's been popping off a little bit organically, which is nice. If you like to see funny little things like I used to post on my Snapchat, then just follow me on TikTok. I'm way more active there than I am on most other social media. So, not to say that I'm very active on social media at all, but, you know, I'm more active there. I guess I don't really have any closing remarks, but what I'm reading currently is this book called Tender is the Flesh, and I'm still working on this book called Magical Negroes. I don't remember the name of the authors right now, but I'll put their books right here for you to be able to see. This is Tender is the Flesh. It is translated from Spanish. The author is Argentinian, and it's a really good book. If you like Animal House, you'll like this book. It's about cannibalism, but really I would highly recommend either of those books to read right now. The Black YouTubers that I've been watching while I have been doing my makeup now are these folks right here. If you like this video, give it a like. If you don't like it, give it a dislike. If you have something to say, leave a comment. And if you don't have anything nice to say, then don't be afraid to say it, but maybe don't say it to me. I hope that you're all doing well and have a good day. Bye.